We're headed to California. I think we made it through the Atlanta airport in 10 minutes. Absolutely no traffic anywhere. TSA was 1 minute long. The longest part was the little SkyTram thing. Other than that, we're already at our gate and we got some Chinese food for the flight. What did you get?
Some noodles, fried rice, chicken, some garlic soybeans.
I always have my handy dandy popcorn for snack time on this flight. I don't really like to eat too heavy before flights, but we haven't ate today for real, so we gotta get a little something in before the flight. We have 30 minutes till we board. That's pretty good.
Sorry?
Yeah. We have made it on the plane. Non-stop flight to San Diego. We are in the exit row so that Mr. Man can stretch out his legs. You know, post-surgery, we want to make sure that we're still doing the proper things we need to do to get better. Machine that helps with the blood flow and the swelling on the flight. You know, post-surgeries, you can get swelling constantly, so you know, you gotta be proactive. Maybe no one will sit right here. And we can stretch out completely. Leg room is crazy in the exit row. Look at that. This is crazy. I've never had that much room before. I've really never volunteered to sit in the exit row before. So I didn't know they had this much room over here. You really can be stretched out. Anyways, 5 hours. You'll see us in San Diego watching some Bridgerton. That's my goal. Maybe I'll fall asleep, but I'm not that tired, so Bridgerton it is. It's been like 2.5 hours, and I definitely slept a lot more than I thought. I didn't sleep probably for an hour and a half. I tried to watch Bridgerton, definitely fell asleep in Bridgerton. I thought I was going to be up watching all of them. The plane really dries you out. Oh my goodness. I need chapstick ASAP. He's playing Light Up. Listening to his music. 2 more hours to go. Oh, and no one's sitting right here. But I still didn't move over.
That by applying to this special invite offer the same qualifying purchases.
We have officially made it to San Diego. We made it to our hotel room and they lost my bag. My bag is in Seattle. The bag that has all my clothes for the conference, all my makeup, everything I was supposed to wear for this whole trip is in Seattle. On the bright side, I feel like I didn't fully crash out. You know, it's just stuff that you can rebuy again. And they said that it possibly can get here by 10 a.m. tomorrow. I need to call the lady at 10 p.m. tonight to make sure that they got the bag from Seattle and is transferring it here. It's kind of crazy a little bit, but the hoodies made it here. I've just never lost a bag before, so it's pretty interesting. I feel like I have nothing to wear. But, you know, just vibing. The conference isn't until 4:30 tomorrow, so there's time. There's time to go to the store if needed. You know what I mean? We're not fully tripping out. I am a little bit, but not like too much. We're staying at the San Diego Mission Valley. I have to give you guys a little room tour because Ryan, if you're seeing this, she hooked it up for us for this weekend. Walk in, 2 beds, super comfortable beds, TV. The TV has streaming services. That's exciting. Brian hooked it up. She works here. She is the event manager. We have an event here. You should use San Diego Marriott Mission Valley. She gave us a cute little note plus some goodies. You know me, I love a good Prosecco and some cookies. Oh my gosh. Marriott cookies are so good. OMG. Going to attack those. And then our view. We have a little balcony, John. In the balcony with it. Brian, so much for hooking us up with this room. It's so cute, and thank you again. We're now going to hit a fan favorite that we don't have in Atlanta. In-N-Out! I'll see you there. In-N-Out. line is out the door. We got it. The fries, the double. His burger's already gone. And the drinks. Good morning. We're in San Diego. You have to look at my view. Look at that. Beauty. And then there's the pool that I showed you last night. So I'm working right now. It's about 8:30 or something like that. Not too late. Definitely felt like I was on East Coast time yesterday. I was tired by 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock was a stretch. And then today I felt like I was up by like 5:30. I pushed myself to stay asleep, but I was up. I felt like I was waking up by 5:30. So I was really like, dang, maybe at that 6:30 mark I should have went to the ocean and like got acai bowl and like walked around and stuff. So I might do that tomorrow morning. I do have an early meeting, but I'm already up. So we might as well just go do that. I still have no clothes, but it's okay. The bag is en route. They found it in Seattle last night. I don't know how. I still don't know how it happened, but it's on the way to San Diego right now, and it should be here by like 10:30. So, about to head to the airport in the next 2 hours. Get my bag because I speak on the panel today at 4:30. I have to be there at 4:30. The reason why we're in San Diego is because I'm speaking on a diverse alumni career panel through the BRC and the CIR. The BRC, I worked there for 2 years, I believe, when I was in college, and the CIR is another cultural center on San Diego State's campus, so they're just having a little mixer, you know, kind of networking, kind of asking questions, so I get to give them some, oops, it's kind of loud. I get to give them some insights of like what I've seen in the workplace, what works, what doesn't work, how I can help with their resumes and whatnot, and interviewing tips. On the plane trying to gather my ideas, and I had a lot of thoughts, so I'm gonna have to try to condense them, but I think this should be good. I'm not that nervous. I feel like it's just talking about me and my experience and like some tips that I can help, and because I wrote some notes down, and I don't think it's gonna be that many people. Like, it should be like the room that we're going to does hold like probably like 100 people. So if 100 people come, like, that's super dope. If 20 people come, that's cool too. 5 people. I'm just honored to be on this panel, so that's pretty cool. First ever speaking about how I got a job post-grad, which is kind of exciting. Yeah, so all my clothes that I'm supposed to be wearing to this panel are the ones that are, you know, coming from Seattle. So that's why I was like kind of stressing, kind of not, because I could just go to the store and buy something else, but the bag will be here. Couldn't even vlog. I was running through the airport to get my bag. $60 later, because Uber was $60. Ran there. Uber waited for me. She's goated for that. I had an interview at 11. I made it on the dot. Almost 2 minutes late because I was in a hoodie and this like tank top. So I threw like this cardigan on. We're just working for a little bit longer before we get ready for the panel. Get ready with me to speak on an alumni panel at San Diego State. Starting off with Danessa and Myric's Yummy Skin Tint. Next I'm going in with the Huda Beauty. It's like their baby bake. Now I'm going to go with the Handy Dandy Anastasia Brow Made. I'm using the Lancome mascara. I really should go buy a big one of these. Now we're going to go in with the Tarte blush. We are almost ready for the panel. I decided to go with an all black look. This is from Express. And you know, you can't have your shoulders out. So a nice black jacket. You know, just nice, smooth, simple. Can't go wrong with the all black look. I look like I belong in corporate America. I really like this top because it like flares, but I have it tucked in, but it's like the nuanced look of business dress, in my opinion. We are about to head to the school. I think, do I button it? Buttoning just seems like a lot. I'm gonna leave it open. Well, it seems a little more inviting. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I think it's cute. We made it to the state. This campus is so pretty, man. You can never go wrong with San Diego. Oh, that's so fun. You're okay.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna grab my water and I'll be back. Okay.
Yeah, so my job every day is to look at resumes. I probably look at 150 resumes every day. Fun fact, I spelled resources wrong. I'm a human resources major on a resume and applied, and I still got the job. So, like, my parents have just been the hardest workers probably ever. And so, like, that's what I saw, knowing going into fast-paced, hard workers, you just have to show up every day. Trying to, like, look at you for what you can bring to the company, but your background is not, pleasing. So if you can, just blur out your background. I know we like to put like some color or something in the background. Just keep it simple. It makes me feel good. And in a way, in HR, it makes me feel that same thing because it's another voice that can advocate for people that might not be advocated for just. Hi guys, let's debrief the alumni panel. It was so much fun, so surreal. We went out to dinner right afterwards, so I wasn't really like on my phone or on the camera or anything, but so good being back on campus. Like being on San Diego State's campus reminds me of why I wanted to go to that school. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun when I was there, and being able to like share some like tips and wisdom that I had from what I've gained from going to that school is super fun. I'm only 2 years post grad, and it does seem like I've figured it out because I am working, but every day I'm still trying to grow and figure out what's really working for me. But what I've learned so far, I'm glad I was able to like share and give like resume tips and interview tips, and what else did I give? Overall, like help how you could like, show up in the workplace. But let's go through some of the things that I said just so that you can hear them too. Maybe this could help you get a job. I'm an HR recruiter, so I look at resumes all day long. So starting with resumes, I would say let's not put a photo on your resume. If you want to have a photo somewhere, put it on your LinkedIn, especially if you put your LinkedIn on your resume, then we can go look at it. And yeah, if you want us to see what you look like, it helps eliminate some of that unconscious bias. So, just leave your appearance as a mystery. That's not really, your appearance has nothing to do with your caliber of work. On your resume, make sure we're watching for formatting, spacing, grammar, spelling errors. If something's capitalized here, make sure it's capitalized throughout the whole document. We're really looking for attention to detail on your resume, that you're looking at the little things. I think a good perk and tip that I just learned, that in that objective summary section at the top, instead of putting what you're looking for, put what you can bring to the company. Instead of saying, I'm looking to grow and, enhance my career. Of course, that's why you're working, but what can you bring? If you're great at numbers, put that out there that, okay, next we're going to talk about interviews. Make sure we're dressing appropriately for the interviews. We don't want to come in a hoodie or like a fuzzy sweater. Just look professional. Look like you remembered that there was an interview today. Make sure your background is clear. We don't always have to put fun backgrounds in the back. We don't want to be distracting. We just want to keep it, nice and professional. If you can just blur out your background, that works great as well. And make sure your camera angles are great, because I for sure have seen like double chins and like up too high, so now you're out of the frame and I can see all your legs. I just want to keep the distractions to the minimal, and so just making sure that we can see maybe like from here up is good. If you're moving your hands, we can see that as well. Don't have weird angles. Definitely look up the company website, be able to mention that to them. They might ask you, have you looked at our website? And you saying no doesn't really show that you care about the company. By saying yes, or even bringing up different things that you've seen on their website, possibly their values or someone that they worked with. Some companies are getting big into social media as well, so maybe you saying that you saw some of their videos, stuff like that helps you seem like you care about the company and what they're doing. I was talking a lot right there, and that proves another point. When we do ask you an open-ended question like, tell me about yourself, or what does your day-to-day look like, you have a lot to say and we want to hear everything that you have to say, but give yourself breaks, because as you're talking, we're thinking of questions as well, and then we have to go back to something that you said probably a couple minutes ago, and it could just get awkward and maybe throw off the interview a little bit. So just make sure when you're speaking, give yourself a breath every once in a while so that we can jump in if we do have any extra questions. At the end, when they say, do you have any questions for us? Let's ask some good probing questions. Ask about their company culture, what it's like to work there, the team dynamic, stuff like that. I feel like is more important to know, because at the same time, we're interviewing you, but you're also interviewing us to see if this is the type of company that you would want to work with. Okay, my last segment is overall job help, what I could recommend. Definitely trying to be that positive light at the workplace. Being someone that, brings a smile to the team, all staff meetings. I would also say, give people grace in the workplace. We don't stand for disrespect, so if you ever feel disrespected, please say something. But if someone's email came across a little snarky, let's not make it a big deal. If it's constant, of course, that's going to be annoying, and then you can escalate it to higher ups. But sometimes people are in a bad mood, and it's not because of you. It could be about something completely non-work related. It could be something work related, but it has nothing to do with you. And let's not make it, personal on you as well, so that you can keep your peace and just give people grace sometimes. Because we are young and slang is a thing, and we make up some words, we just want to make sure that we're keeping our dialect professional at all times, like doing stuff like this. Or I think I even said one time, it's giving. Like, what does that mean in a workspace? Like, that's not the things that we want to say. So we got to refrain from using some of our trendy words and rewrite some emails sometimes, just because we're trying to stay professional. Oftentimes, because we are young, we are the youngest person in the room, and that's what I do experience. I am the youngest person in the room, and they're excited to hear my thoughts and my different perspectives. But at the same time, I want to come across professional, like I'm a colleague of yours as well. So, keeping my slang and the trendy words for after work, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, overall, I've enjoyed working in HR, continuing to build other passions on the side. Like you see, I post on YouTube, I post on TikTok, I started my own hoodie business, just growing, evolving, trying to figure out what's really for me. I really do value the stability and the fact that I'm still helping people, and I think that's really big for me. Crazy to say, I'm 2 years post-grad and I've been working for 2 years. I need a vacation. I think it's time to go on a nice travel vacation just to celebrate, because this was one of my biggest goals leaving college, was to graduate with a job. I knew I wasn't going directly into my master's degree, mainly because HR you don't necessarily have to, because there's so many different sectors, but graduating with a job was definitely the biggest win for me. I really wanted to achieve that. So it's been good so far. No complaints, nothing really. We have to get up and go to work. That's just what you have to do. And, 2 years in, who knows where I'm going to be down the line, what direction, what path it will take me. But I've definitely been enjoying this process and, learning. At the end of the day, all we're doing is learning. We're so young. It's such the beginning that you're trying to figure out what's going to be best for you. And that's all that matters. We have made it back to Atlanta. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a little bit more about resumes and interviews. Again, I can definitely go more in depth if you guys ever want to know more. It was such a success speaking on my first panel. I've heard some little buzz that I did good and people actually learned some things, so that's really exciting. I try to come across relatable and coachable all at the same time. Like, I'm gonna coach you through it, but like I was once in your shoes, still in your shoes. I hope you guys have been enjoying these weekly uploads. We have been consistent, so let's keep going, and I'll see you next week.